Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, I'm continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about something Disney related. To be more specific, it's Star Wars related, so there's that. I know over the years I've been giving the Star Wars films a lot of shit, and yes, I know what I've said in the past when it comes to the previous, some of the previous stuff. Because honestly, they made some of the worst films ever made, and they're still pretty bad even to this very day. But I guess for this video, it's not gonna really be about that because if I have to give them any credit, is that there was an actor who starred in a show, which I know I've already made a few videos about this already, but so think of this as another way of bringing this in the video, but in a more positive way. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the fact that she's getting support despite the fact she's trans. So I'll give Disney some credit that they are not discriminating against her just for that, of course. And it's really appreciative that she's getting some support in some way, and yeah, he wants to help her out. Despite that, of course, because hey, he said that's his sister. I want to show some love anyway, so that's to count for something, I guess you can say, of course. And also, like I said in my previous video, when I was talking about the same show, okay, one of the actresses anyway, but still, like I said in my previous video, I have no Star Wars movies to review, at least for now, so I felt like I don't know what to do. Well, when it comes to Star Wars, so this video does give me an excuse to talk about something Star Wars related, so I guess there you go. Just give me an excuse to talk about something Star Wars related. Until they make another movie, whenever that will be, I guess. So, yeah. And yeah, for every Disney-a-thon, I'm going to bring up Star Wars somehow, in some way, I guess. At least I will attempt to, anyway. I will at least attempt to, anyway. Make an effort in that regard. And, yeah, this is something I want to bring about because I want to show some positivity. I know for a good chunk of my Disney-a-thons, I usually bring up a lot of complaints. A lot of negativity, I guess. But, yeah, the actress herself officially came out as trans in one of the latest issues of the magazine. And yeah, a post was made about even on Instagram, of course, in support of love, and of course, to help her out and whatnot. So that's definitely is something that can, be done, of course. And of course, had written a message in Spanish in his post thing, which translated to my sister, my love, and whatnot. So that's cool. I thought that was pretty good anyway. So yeah, this was brought up, of course, and I did think that this was definitely a way to cover the story and whatnot. And yeah, it would definitely give a positive message to people that it's okay to be who you are. You're still human at the end of the day. You're still human at the end of the day. You piss and shit just like everyone else. Yeah, say what you will, whatever. But I still don't think the Star Wars sequel trilogy wasn't all that bad. Are they perfect? Okay, maybe not, but they're still nowhere near as terrible as the toxic fan base makes it out to be. No. And I do find it odd that they would criticize and really critique these movies just for having a woman. What the hell? Before anybody says anything, yes, while I do realize I'm using video game footage from the clone era, prequel, whatever you want to call it, video game footage in the background. And yeah, I get it. I'm using that, but just point out the fact that I didn't think the sequel trilogy was all that bad. So does this mean that we're gonna have other types of characters in the expanded universe? I mean, we already have aliens, robots, clones, characters like Yoda and whatnot, and among bunch of other characters within the Star Wars expanded universe. So can this open the doors for more? Maybe, I don't know. I guess so. We just have to see, I suppose. But yeah, this of course was some good news when the actress realized that she's getting quite a bit of support from him, and of course from at least from Star Wars fans, of course. And she did say that when she officially told him about her transitioning through FaceTime, he had actually asked her how she felt and whatnot, and she just said that because she had remembered that he was worried and told him that she was actually pretty happy, and his reply was basically that perfect. this is incredible. And that's definitely was a good thing, and it could be a good thing. Fans of the actor and actress were, of course, really happy about this kind of thing, of course. And yeah, that's definitely a good thing to have some, some support for the diversity and the LGBT community and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, okay, he was already known for supporting this kind of a thing anyway, this kind of community, this kind of, diversity and whatnot. So, but it's still some good news that this actually had occurred and whatnot. So, there you go. This is actually out in the open now. Everybody should know about it by now. So there you go. I do think it's a good thing that this kind of thing, showing some love for each other, and still been shown anyway, even in this day and age. Yes, I do realize that, okay, this might upset some fans, but whatever. You do have to bring up the fact that there's been various alien type characters throughout these stories for a number of years from various species and whatnot from different planets, and they all have their own thing going on, as in their own culture or whatever, and whatnot. Kind of like how real life there's like different people or whatever, I guess, different, you know, traits and whatnot. So when you think about it, does this really seem much of a stretch to have a trans person to be a part of their expanded universe? I think not. I don't think that's much of a stretch. So, like I was trying to say, is that could this inspire a character in a movie? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a chance, I guess. So I wouldn't mind seeing that being done correctly, of course. Being portrayed in a positive light, I guess. I don't know. There's a bunch of ideas you can do here, folks. This could be a chance to expand upon new ideas, I guess. So I don't know if they would actually do it, but I don't. We'll see, I guess. In other words, we'll just see how that goes. But yeah, it does seem to have some heartwarming feelings for these for the sister that's that came out and whatnot. And people just like her, of course, and whatnot. So I guess progress is progress, I suppose. It gotta start somewhere, I guess. And Star Wars is definitely it's pretty much a brand at this point. A lot of people know what a Star Wars film is with its characters or whatever. But yeah, this of course could be a good thing, obviously, considering the fact that a lot of people know what this franchise is and what it's been in books, comics, video games, obviously, TV shows, of course, so on and so forth. And yeah, there's even been music made for this, of course, and whatnot. Yeah, there's a lot you can do here. There's still plenty of potential to keep this franchise going in one way or another. And yeah, I can see potential that they'll keep doing. I don't know what they will do exactly, really, considering the fact how the Rises of the Skywalker ended and whatnot. But where would they go from here? This point onward, story-wise, I'm not quite too sure. Really, there's some ideas and I know they're gonna do a third season of the show, so that's something. So there's good chance that they would. So that's something. And I know there's plenty of material within expanded universe of the lore and whatnot. So will they grab some material from that, or just create their own material and just add to it? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But we'll just see how it goes, I guess, folks. We'll just see how it goes. But yeah, I do think that this is definitely a highlight of the day, so to speak. And like I said, it just gave me an excuse to, to talk about, Star Wars in some ways, I guess. Even though this technically isn't a review of anything, really, when it comes to the, merchandising or something or whatever. But yeah, I can definitely say that this can be a good possibility for more stuff to occur and have different type of people working within the productions and whatnot. So yeah, that's really cool right there. Obviously, that's really cool to show that trans people in Hollywood can actually be more open and be more accepted. And a lot of people always want diversity anyway, so this could be a good chance to do now. And by the way, folks, this show is it's still available on Disney Plus. So if you have Disney Plus, you haven't seen it yet, and you're worried if they might take it off, no, it's there. And if you're debating over to have Disney Plus, and you want to have more of your Star Wars fix, well, you can use that as an excuse. You can watch both seasons back to back if you want. So there's that, I guess you can say. So there you go. There's plenty of opportunity you can do. I know the Disney is helping with the Marvel and whatnot. So this could also help them out too to come up with more ideas too as well. So yeah, having people influence each other in some way can be actually be a good thing there. So yeah. Okay, as terrible as these movies were, okay, I could kind of see what they were trying to do. Have a combination of what had occurred, during the Civil War and whatnot, and just have a mixture with that, and then with the whole thing with this and whatnot, have a mixture of a combination of all of that kind of a thing, all into one storyline. I mean, okay, yeah, good concept, bad execution is what I can say. So if they're gonna have a different type of characters, maybe they can learn the mistakes from those movies and whatnot. So there's something there. So there you go, I guess you can say. But yeah, folks, yeah, it's nice to see that. It's really nice that he's definitely supportive of his sister, trans sister, coming out as like this kind of way and isn't ashamed of this. So that's definitely a positive thing. So this kind of sport does need to be more, out there. And of course, they definitely have a good bond that people can admire, of course. And I guess you can say, in other words, it's what families should be. Caring for one another, regardless and whatnot. And yeah, not everybody in the world is lucky enough to have, family supporting them in such a way. And that's definitely a good thing there. But yeah, folks, it's something that I want to discuss because of that, and also the LGBT community is even despite the fact that it's much accepting nowadays, but there's still some discrimination going on, especially among the trans community. I know this is something I brought up before, but I'll bring it up again. The the deaths among trans people, especially trans women, have increased over the years, whether it's through homicide, suicide, or stuff like that. And of course, there's still quite a few of them who do self-harm, unfortunately. And yeah, it's sad that that kind of a thing still would happen. So I guess this could shed some light, I guess, because you can show that they're just people like everyone else. They're just people like everyone else, and just want to have a job, just want to be themselves, just want to make money, just want to live, have a car, have a home, or so on and so forth. That's it. They just want to be like everyone else, and that's perfect. Just be and do what's what's considered to be the typical thing, and just want to live. That's it, and that's nothing wrong with it. Just want to live their life the way they feel like how it should fit for them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, of course. And yeah, it's obviously that there's some good news, of course. And I know, when it comes to surgery and whatnot, and just so you know, folks, and yes, there's a difference between transgender and transsexual, because one means in the process of doing it, and the other means you're in the, you're in the, you finished it. Now, I could actually do an entire video on this alone. And of course, it depends on the individual's financial expenses, of course. I guess in this case, it's not really a plan for her at all. She's already financially secured. I'm saying this when it comes to surgery, folks. Oh boy, trust me, it can be really, really, really expensive. And just the whole, you have to deal with hormone blockers or what have you, and then the whole thing with the permanent hair removal. I just keep that at bay somehow, I guess. But yeah, and then of course, there's other things you had to go through. There's quite a bit. So yeah, money would definitely be an issue aside from emotional support, of course. But yeah, anyway, as always, thanks for watching and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah.